due diligence undertaken under Section 27 and 41 of the Public-Private Partnership Act, Cap 430. Number 5, produce expressions of interest received from investors on development of airports since 2022. Number 6, the role of the Directorate of Public-Private Partnership and the Public-Private Partnership Committee in the PIP by Adani Airports Holding Limited. Number 7, whether the Directorate of PPP has approved any stage of the PIP by Adani Airports Holding Limited without the approval of the PPP committee. And finally, you produce a copy of the evaluation report of the PIP by Adani Airports Holding Limited that was submitted to the PPP committee on 8th March 2024. So, Bwana CS, the floor is yours to give your response.
Thank you, Chair, Honorable Senators. Indeed, I got a letter from this committee requesting me to provide and supply information on 8 items as you have enumerated, and I wish to proceed. Honorable Chairman, I'm pleased to respond to the questions raised by the committee regarding the proposed development and expansion of the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport, Jkia, by a letter under reference as stated there, which is dated 18th September 2024.
Point of order, Chair. Perhaps the CS can refer us to the document he's reading from.
It's in your files, I think the third page.
Honorable Chair, I have a document here that is not on letterhead. We don't know whether it is the one that is from the ministry. The letter that we sent from the committee, I am sure, was on letterhead of the Senate, signed by the clerk. The document I have here is not on letterhead, and it's not signed by anyone. So how do we know that this is from the PS, from the CS?
Which document is that?
That's why, Chair, it is important that when you begin the sessions, let the witness tell us which document is reading from, because I can see we have a file and it is very well arranged. It has separators. So if he goes to a document, I hope this is not the document he's reading, because it starts, the way he started sounds like what I'm seeing here. But this is not a document that can be said to have come from a cabinet secretary of the Republic of Kenya. We know how letters from the ministry look like. And also, Chair, my copy is not signed by anyone. So if this is CS John Mbadi's response, it doesn't say anywhere on my document. Maybe I have the wrong copy.
Chair, maybe just to clarify, usually when communications come to Parliament, I don't know how Senate is arranged, but I've been a member of the National Assembly. You do a letter, one letter, and you attach the response to the letter. So it is upon your secretariat, which is a clerical job to do, you just make sure that each one of you is aware that there is a cover letter. So you do a cover letter and attach the documents. So what we did, we wrote a cover letter to the Senate and attached the document. Now, the document I'm reading was attached to the cover letter. So if that was not done, then I may be. It is a case of discussion between your clerks and my team. But if you want me to sign this submission, I'm ready to do so.
That is also the process here.
Yeah, can the clerk tell us what?
If you want,
for procedure,
members,
yeah, just for procedure.
I don't want us to
No,
waste time.
Chair, we are not wasting time.
Let me explain.
Let
me explain. Produce that letter for the benefit of those who want to see it. But the CS is here, who took an oath and is reading the document. So because he's here, just direct us where you're reading the document or which document. Then as we wait for the cover letter, because that is also the tradition. There's always a cover letter plus all the file. And there are files in front of us that the CS has indicated it is his response. So I believe you can proceed. Tell us where you're reading. So
there's a reason I was raising this matter, because ownership of documents is very important. In my file again, there is a document at the top that is a table of contents. You can see, Chair, I have it before me. This table of contents actually is on the first page.
Yes.
Yeah. So to proceed procedurally, you should have allowed the CS to go through the documents he has brought, so that when we go to the narration, he tells us this is the document I'm referring to is here, and in this table of contents, Honourable Speaker, Honourable Chair, I don't see any reference to the document the CS was speaking. And that is why I was suspicious. Maybe somebody has sneaked in a document that is not from government office. But if he confirms it is the one, and I will personally insist that my copy be signed, because there is a reason why these documents are brought here.
Thank you. Chair, I think in addition is that the procedure of Parliament is very simple. Through you, Chair, any document that is brought to Parliament must be signed. You remember the case of your Kiambu County. The former governor came before the Senate Public Accounts Committee, and when he read something about allocation to the State House, later he accused the committee of sneaking in documents. So that is why we insist on ownership and signature, so that it allows, it's the president, and you know, Chair, these things are unanswered. Somebody will move to another forum and might want to extract the answer, and at that time we might be vulnerable because the document is unsigned, the clerk is not there. This could look like clerical job, the CS, but this is very critical to the proceedings.
Yeah, I think this is an internal matter we need to discuss ourselves. So let's proceed, Chair.
But CS, direct us to the document you're referring to, and then the table of contents. And that's why I said earlier that all the documents that provided are well labeled. We can be able to follow up. So, Bwana CS, as we wait for that letter, and you're here, you're unanswered, so we will listen to every word that you say. So I don't see any problem with that. Direct the committee where that document is.
So, Chair, in short, we submitted documents. The first one is the letter addressed to you. Then number 2 is the table of contents. Then the third document should be my submission, written submission, which Chair could sign the Chair's copy, and then it is given to other members. And then finally, the annexures. So those are the documents that we are dealing with this afternoon.
Okay, I've received a signed copy by the CS, which is actually the one I was referring to, the third page from the first document on your files. So I don't know, from what you were showing, it has a different font, and I don't know where you got that document.
Chair, you indicated you are not, you don't have the concern I have. So I will insist on having the copy that is signed, so that where we stand in the
It's okay.
Yes, thank you.
That's all right. Okay, gracias. So, Chairman, can I proceed? Can I proceed? Yeah, I'll start again. Okay. Honorable Chairman, I'm pleased to respond to the questions raised by the committee regarding the proposed development and expansion of the Kenyatta International Airport by a letter which is referenced as indicated and dated 18th of September 2024. Allow me to pass the body of the PPP committee members who are to join me for the meeting, including the chairman of the PPP committee, who is my PS at the National Treasury. As my introductory remarks, allow me to remind us all that as a nation, we were keen to create room for participation of the private sector in the financing, construction, development, operation, or maintenance of infrastructure or development projects through public-private partnerships, hence the enactment of public-private